You could call this GY counter if you wanted to, but we're still just calling GT counter, and that tackle or that tight end knows, hey, I'm in the tackle's position. I got to go. Okay. Let Seven kind of put his speed on display there. I'm pretty sure he goes and scores it. But, same concept here. We're just getting a lot of downs. Notice we're not doubling too many people. And if we do double, we try to come off. We still have our RPO to the top.
And when you block, when you're blocking down, you're blocking back on the backside from where you're pulling from. Is the idea is that guy who's going back is going flat, so basically you can get a 2-for-1, type of deal too, right? So when he's coming back, that guy, the defensive end, would normally be able to be a free runner, but by him going flat, he's basically bumping one into the other. Am I correct on that?
That's 100% yes. So that defensive end, that's kind of the worry when you just vacate that entire backside. But he's going to do one of two things. He's going to be poorly coached, and he's going to get upfield and never become part of the play anyways. Or he's going to be very well coached. He's going to get in the hip pocket of that puller, and as he works down the line, he runs into the center. So it's like, even when you're well coached, you're just playing into our hand of what we want to do, right? So we really want our center to get all the way back. It doesn't always happen, right? Sometimes this gives us a little bit of fits. We get that kind of that 3 or a 2-eye or something backside because it becomes the center's guy. But same thing. Now you're talking about that 2-to-1 action. Look, I'm going to block the first threat, and we're going to pick up the extra dude who also is not going to run around here and chase down number 1 or number 7. It's just not going to happen. And once he says, okay, I'll take the path of least resistance, and comes this way, now he's just into that wall we're building with all of our dudes.
Right.
So we're gonna take him out with just pretty simple fundamentals.
I guess if he was a superstar too that actually was able to get down somehow, you would just read him, right?
Right. And then we go into GT read. Yes.
Right.
Answers for everything.
There's always, you're right. And the good thing, like, no, we're not going to run that read all the time.
Right.
Okay? And we try not to practice or run in a game what we don't practice. So you might get into an instance where, you need it in a game, but you don't have it installed yet. Right. So maybe next year that goes into your spring install or your fall install. Like, look, I know this is a very simple read, but we absolutely have to get this put in because it is an answer when things start going poorly elsewhere.
Right.
So here's that RPO we talked about, right? So we go 3 backs in the backfield. So, we're not like Coach Marion at UNLV or anything, but we're gonna put some backs back there. Turns out that these are wide receivers and not backs. So this is just trips right to us with some tags that make it to put the wide receivers in the backfield, right? But everyone does their same rules. So he knows RPO, he's going to go block biggest threat. He's bubbling, he's running GT.
Is the backside tackles rule to is he basically cutting up if he sees the butt of the guard?
Yeah, and so he's good. Yes, and that's something
or he wraps around. Does he wrap around if he doesn't? Or
we almost never log it. We put that in one game because they had a superior athlete at defensive end, and we thought we can't kick this dude because he, like I said, he was taking both of our pullers, blowing them up, and pushing them into the running back with the ball. Like sometimes you have that dude. And so what we tried to do was log him. And so, yes, then we're going to, we allow that tackle to go ahead and pull around. I think that's something you got to decide what you're going to be because we've went, for instance, I think this is week 7 or 8. So we're at 10 weeks counting training camp, telling our guys, do not bounce the kick. Do not bounce the kick.